G'day and welcome to another slow and steady video here on the channel. My name is KT and today is Trucking Thursday. Now, I don't know if we're going to call this one shovelware. It may be. I don't really know what constitutes to shovelware. But I always want to come into these games a little bit sort of open-minded. I want to look at the game and see what's been done well, and what really needs a lot of work. Now, this is the beginner truck that we've got over here. We can get out and we can walk around. It's a cab over truck. It's not particularly branded, which is completely fine by me. It's a small developer. I don't know much about the developer really, but we can interact with the truck here. We've got the fifth wheel here on the back. We can also open the hood as well. Kicks in some music, so I'll quickly close that. It is purple, my truck, but it's quite dark. I think dawn is coming, and let's dive into this game. So we're going to do it in several parts. Now, at the moment, I'm about 2 hours into the game. So if we were to get into the truck, let's get in the truck. Okay, so as you can see, bottom right hand corner, we've got truck health. It's 56%. So I do need to go and get the truck sorted out. We've got 51% sleep on our meter, so we do need to get some sleep. We also need to get some food, so we'll grab some food from the gas station. And while we're there, we'll fill up with fuel. You do have special contracts on this game. So like I said, at the moment we're about 2 hours in, but by the time we get to the end of this video, we'll be 5 hours into this game. And the reason being is because there's actually quite a lot of longevity with this game. So you can see at the moment, these special contracts, you need the minimum of 200 XP. We have a meter at the top of the screen there saying I currently have 140 XP. And so once I get 200, this one here is 31,000. So the next truck that I'm trying to save up for, I think, is about 95k. So we're going to do one job in this truck, in the beginner truck. Then we're going to go and pick up a brand new truck, and then I'm going to play for another couple of hours. Come back, we'll do some customizations on my truck that I really want, and we'll have some thoughts at the 5 hour mark. So that's what I thought we'd do. We'll come in and give it, like, that game that came out on the video that came out on Tuesday was utter terrible in many ways, and it was very hard to see anything good in it. But there is some good in this game. I love the character. She's a redhead, top right hand corner. There's quite a selection of male and female characters that you have. Like I said, I've currently got up to 91k. XP is 140. But as we come down, we look at the loads here. We've got some logs, but you need 400 XP to carry the logs. Although you will have log contracts in the world itself. Sand, 400 XP. 28k for that load there. This one up here is 32k, so you can easily save up for the trucks, but it's a bit of a grind, which is not really a huge problem in my book. I would, I don't want to buy a game and then be bored, so at least this has some scope. There's a boat there, 12 grand for moving that one. 25 here. Suddenly we're up to 600 XP to take these special contracts. We've got like a couple of low loaders there, one with a construction vehicle looks like, and the bottom one being a log cutter, maybe transporter. Reminds me of Roadcraft. 600 XP goes all the way up to, let's go down, 1000 XP, 1400, 1600. So there's quite a bit to do here. There's a earth mover there, more sand, there's some hay bales. So the loads in this game actually isn't too bad. It really does go on. Look at this XP. Is it going to go up to 3,000? There's a car transporter there. 3,200. Is it going to go down to 4 grand? Let's take a look. Not 4 grand, 4,000 XP. Yeah. So there we go, that's the special contracts, but at the moment I can't get into those because my XP meter is 140. So we'll come off of that and we will get the truck started. We'll throw up some lights. Overall, truck model is okay. sounds are okay. And the difference between this and that game that we covered on Tuesday is there is a game here. There's no towing missions. There simply is pulling trailers across America. Now if we take a look at the map, we can zoom out. Now each city does look a little bit different. It's almost like it crosses into different counties, like Colorado being quite sort of sandy. So we've got this place over here, up there and over there. So it's, I don't know, it's, like I said, we're going to give it a look anyway. We're going to give it a bit of a bash. We'll just pull up and pick up this job here, very similar to Euro Truck, picking up a job at the gate maybe. So we're going to try and pick up as much money as we can. 1,200, 1,500, although I'm not going to take the farmer crops one because I have a bit of a problem with and I know this is politics in the game, but I don't want pharmaceuticals on my crops, so I'm not taking that trailer. They can stick it up their ass, but this is a gaming world and we don't have to think about, oh, we can take that car transporter. So that's quite interesting. So it's going to give us 15 grand. Let's take that. Absolutely. So let's back this truck up. Now the camera, one thing, you sort of put the camera where you want and then it resets it. That's a little bit annoying because, like, you know, sometimes you want a free camera rather than it sort of resetting back to the center. But reversing tone there. We've got the lights on the cars on the trailer. That's a bit odd. I've never taken one of these before, so we'll back it up slowly till you get a prompt. You're going to get a prompt? Not enough space to exit. Hold on. Okay, let's try that. So you just push this one here. It's not quite Alaskan, but you know. So yeah, all the car lights are on. That's a little bit. So I think really, for me, as you'll see this game go on, there's things in this game that are, I don't want to say brilliant because it's not brilliant, but there's things in this game that are a little bit promising or a little bit okay to good. And there's other things you think, oh, why haven't you ironed out that? Why haven't you fixed that? So I don't know if a patch will come. I don't know. Let's now don't get me wrong, I'm not excusing this game. I'm just coming in open-minded. Look, I'm a gamer from the 80s, you know. I don't always have to have the best graphics. I don't, you know, always have to let's just watch this gate app here a second. I don't need the best graphics. What I need is gameplay. And don't get me wrong, you know, when Euro Truck comes out, games like this really will not be on the radar. But I'm taking it as it is. Now, okay, that's annoying. We've got some sort of accident happening up here. And I had this on this junction before, so I'm just going to whip up on the inside. So like I said, it's not brilliant. Don't be under no illusion that this game is any good. Just push this up on the inside. Yeah, I had this before, so I couldn't get round. It's a problem with this junction. Now, the AI, unlike the AI in Tuesday's game with the Euro one, the AI was unable to see the truck respond to you being in the road. But at least with this one, it does recognise you as being in the way, and the AI will actually come to a halt and stop. There is a bit of floaty steering going on when you pick up some serious speed. If you're above sort of 80 kilometers an hour, then it gets very floaty, and it will even jackknife on you as well, which is, you know, pretty. Oh, I'm just wondering if we need to grab some sleep. Do you know, it wouldn't hurt. 43%. Let's pull in here a second. So again, that sleep icon could do with being further or better placed, because we're literally sleeping with our trailer in the road. Look, now let's see what that AI does. See, bit sensible, doesn't smash into the back of you. Now, we'll come around this estate, try and give it a bit of a wide berth. The morning chorus is happening there with the birds. Oh, okay, so I've cropped that, so that's okay. Now there's no driver in the cab either. But, and the game was actually £17, which is a bit on the high side, I think, because it, you know, it's not, look, let's get other games out there. Okay, because he stopped for me, did he have a problem? Oh God. But like I said, if yeah, it's because he stopped for me in that trailer. Maybe, I'm not sure. So the AI is far from perfect. Now we know AI is not the best anyway. But this little town, the towns are quite different. Here we've got hedgerows. It's quite built up. It's quite pretty. Now, like I said, I am cutting this a wide berth. This is not pushing our little PS5 to any great length at all. Now I've got indicators. They work on the truck, but they don't work on the trailer. There's no indication in the cab that they're even on, so we've got them on here. But like I said, they're not working on the trailer. I'll tell you what, the one thing is quite good about this game is it gives quite a good feel that there's open roads. Even, you know, you take like Truck Driver American Dream. That map is really condensed. It's full of right angles. This has like large highways on it, and we're going to get on a highway now. At least it feels a bit more like America. You know, so like I said, I just want to sort of... Oh, what's going on? I just want to kind of see the game, put a good 5 hours into it. I want to pick up the next truck and, you know, like I said, I've been playing it for 2 hours at this point. And has it been janky? Yes. Has it looked quite terrible in places? Yes. But now and again it looks okay. Now and again it plays okay. The loads are different. And could do with a nice little cruise button, maybe L3, so I could just push that in and relax a little bit. I think there's far too much traffic on the road. I'm not saying America's not busy, but I think it hampers the AI, and the AI might run smoother if the traffic was decreased a little bit. I think maybe the night and day cycle is actually quite good, I thought. So we're doing 80 kilometers an hour. Now you will get about 100. I can see that pickup coming down on this onto the carriageway. Now he will come onto the carriageway regardless of where you are, so you do need to watch it. Is he going to... What we're doing? Slowing up a little bit. Now the AI also goes quite slow, and I find myself going up onto the hard shoulder just to get round him. So let's go third person again. Like I said, this is not going to win any trucking awards or nothing like that, you know. Right, let's go up on the inside. Let's gather a little bit of speed. So the AI does need some work. Oh, he's picked up speed now, look. He's gone. That's fine. Oh, we do need to grab some food. We are quite hungry. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to pull off. So we'll indicate here. And we'll just pull onto this hard shoulder a second. Okay. Right, we're going to jump out. So look at these roads, you know, they sort of go on forever. And you really do feel like you're on an American road. So I'm going to go to my inventory, and I've got a little bit of food here. So I'm going to grab that. We've also got a jack and a wheel. Do you know what? I'm going to cut to that a second, because there was a time where I had to change a wheel. So I'm going to have that food, and I will show you what changing a wheel is like. So this is from previous, but I'll just cut this in a second. So one pretty cool thing I think about this game is we've pulled over on the side of the road. We've got a 62% health on our truck, and I've got a tyre out. So we're going to jump out the truck, which is circle. And we've pulled over on the side of the road. And truck looks okay. You know, I mean, look, it's not the best we've seen, alright? So, you know, again, I'm trying not to pick too many holes in this game, but as we come over, we've got a jack here. So we'll click on the jack. There you go. And then what we'll do, put the pole in, and then bring up that tyre. Okay, and then we'll click on the tyre, change the wheel, and X to unscrew the bolts. So take that tyre off. Now you do buy the tyres from the shops. And then we'll take the tyre off, put the new one on, put the bolts back in. And this is on the side of the road, so like, I don't know, I quite dig it. You know, I don't mind a little bit of truck maintenance. So, and then we'll take the wheel repair completed. We'll take the jack away, lower the jack, sorry, and we're good to go. So let's jump back in the cab. We'll go a bit steady because we're on a carriageway here, look. Yeah, look at that. Look at these big wide open roads that we've got here. You don't even see this in American Dream Truck, whatever it's called. So you do sort of feel like you're out in the wilderness a little bit. Okay, so we're now back with our journey. Like I said, I painted this purple, but I haven't done anything else to this truck. Now you can change up the front bumper, you can change up the grille, you can put a sun visor on, you can also change the stacks on the back. So there's a bit of customization there. There's also some liveries, but we'll dive into that a little bit later. Okay, so let's indicate out. Pretty clear road. See, that's how the roads I would like them to be. I don't want a lot of traffic on the road. You can't look out the mirror, and the mirrors are terrible. So you can see the mirror there, and all we can see is the back of the trailer. So yeah, you know, if you are going to pick up this game, your bar is going to have to be pretty damn low to even want to enjoy this in any way whatsoever. But you know, I'm lucky enough to have a channel. You know, I'm lucky enough for you guys to sort of be here and listen, you know, to me waffle on about a genre that I'm passionate about. You know, do I want to be always supporting the big conglomerate companies that have loads of money? Well, I mean, they make good games. Do we want to be supporting the indie devs as well? Yes, we do, you know. So I don't mind having a look at some of these games. Would you class this as shovelware? Well, I think it certainly hasn't ripped off ATS at all. You know, it's doing its own thing. It's taken a few things from Alaskan with the food, and you know, with the sleep, with the fuel. We're going to put some fuel in when we get a second. So, but those are elements that's in the trucking industry anyway. Grabbing food, grabbing sleep, and picking up some fuel. So there's no pop in with the trees. There's obviously the textures loading in, not textures. Forgive me, I'm quite new at this YouTube lark, but you can see the foliage kind of, you know, you can see the foliage loading in. We're doing just under 100 kilometers an hour, and steering is okay, but if you get up to like 111, especially if you're coming downhill, you will lose control of the truck. But I'd like to have seen, you know, at least the indicators working inside the truck when you put the indicators on. The AI needs some work, but overall, am I having fun with it? I kind of am having a little bit of fun with it. Now, admittedly, I'm sort of putting in the hours to sort of bring a video to the channel, Do I think it's worth £17? No. You can see the AI sort of rubber banding almost against each other a little bit. Oh, so look at that. So I'm just going to run out wide here. I might grab this lane here. So the AI is far from perfect. And I have had times where they've driven into me or they've cut across me. So definitely no excuse for that. But the big open roads here is quite pleasurable, I think. It's the closest. Just trying to think of another game that does it on the road, really, but it doesn't have that American feel. Heavy Cargo certainly has a small map. We've got Truck and Logistics with a small map. Alaskan has quite a big. This sort of takes a lot of features from Alaskan, I think. Yeah, I'm in the wrong lane. You've seen that pickup come flying down, which it looks like it was his right of way, to be fair. But you know, there's a good selection of trailers with different loads. There's a good selection of trucks, which we'll come to. But I've not been to America, but I do imagine that you would have these big open roads with not much going on. Of course, we've got Truck World Australia coming, which is going to be better than this, isn't it? So I think if you have an open mind and you come into some of these games, you know, sure, we can pull them apart. You know, we really can. But if there's a game here and it's reasonably priced, I do think this needs some serious patching. I think, you know, steering could do with a bit of a tweak. I think the camera could be made to be free, so it doesn't keep resetting back. I think the AI could certainly do with a bit of work. I think there's far too many cars on the road. That's just my opinion. Maybe it's just because they don't flow that well, and decreasing the traffic might help with some of that. But I'll tell you another thing that's also quite interesting about this as well is the pickup points and the drop-off points are quite well thought out. They're implemented quite well. And where you have like a game like we played on Tuesday where they weren't thought out at all, you know, you had to go 12 feet and then drop it on a curb, or you were parked up next to a house with a hedge in front of you. It's those type of games that really no thought has gone into them. At least a little bit of thought has gone into this. You know, you can tell that some time has been put into the lorries and the customization, and you know, with a few patches and maybe a price tag of a tenner, you know, this might keep some of you, not all of you, it might keep some of you vaguely entertained until ATS drops. That might be a big ask for some people, and I completely get it. And it does need some patches, no question. Absolutely does. Okay, so it wants me to come across here, so I could do with just running out. So let's stay in third person for a while. But like I said, that reset does seem to throw you back. You can really see that foliage loading in now. And steering's not too bad. But look at this big open vastness of America. Just checking a truck, sorry. But like I said, it will reset the camera back behind the truck, which I would like to have a free camera on that. But the signs there is quite nice to see. Oasisburg. And we're taking a right off this freeway. But yeah, the graphics are very... I have a PS2 and I have a PS3, and I've played my PS3, and I've like Driver San Francisco looks stunning to this day. So this is closer to a PS1, PS2 game. So you're going to have to lower your bar quite a lot to even entertain picking this up, really. But at least we're having a look at it. You know, we're taking a bit of a deep dive, and I am trying to save up for that truck. Now, there's 3 categories of trucks. You have light, medium and heavy. I think the truck I'm looking at is medium. This particular truck is light. So we're coming into the city now. Just going to rub off a bit of speed here because it will jackknife as we come down through this pass. Let's whip to third person and check right. Will indicate left underneath the bridge. Now the camera will get a bit janky under the bridge. Sometimes I go first person. Well, just for the video, we will stick around. See what I mean? It doesn't like it under the bridge. But coming into our city here, would be nice if the cities were labelled and you felt like you were back in, even if you made up names. Oh, let's grab some fuel. Jacksonville, or like, you know, obviously that's a real place, but you know, Bobsville or something, you know, just something that would be recognisable. Oh, I'm back in Bobsville, you know. So I don't know. Right, it's going to pull through here and jump out. So again, it's sort of, oh, I might need to go back a little bit actually. Let's do that a second. Oh, go that camera. Oh, goodness me. Look, I want a free camera here because I want it to stay here. So that free camera is desperately needed, in my opinion. Right, let's see if we can jump out here. Okay, cool. So it's a bit janky, isn't it? Definitely. Right, let's pick up some fuel. There's not one that side, so we'll pick up one here. Now, there's no cable, but that's okay. I'll, you know, we're letting things slide. We've filled that up. Still got 90k in the bank, and our tyres are good. Well, we've seen the tyres already, haven't we? Let's go and grab some food. So again, in the supermarket, do I need another jack and another wheel? Hold on. Yeah, I could probably do... I've got 2 jacks. I could do one wheel. So I'll pick up a tyre. It's 50 quid or $50. I will pick up some food. Now what I tend to do is to get my food completely back up to 100. I'll sit here and eat about 6 pieces of food. Let's grab those almonds. What else have we got? Anything any good? Potato chips. And I'll just, nope, that's the map. We'll pick up these potato chips. And then we'll just put some in our stock. That should keep hunger at bay for a while. So yeah, so look at this. Look, you know, our truck's at the garage. And with a bit more TLC, a little bit more optimization, with a good patch, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's a write-off? I mean, I don't want to see indie developers not bother. Like, you know, there's clearly something here. We've got 31 minutes on our drop-off, but I think we're in town, so we're in the right place. Our food now is 98%. Our fuel is 100%. Sleep, I could do with servicing the truck, which we'll do. But let's get out of here. I don't think our drop is too far away, because I think it is in town. So let's turn right here. Yeah, it's the first time hauling cars. But when you are in these towns, most of the things you need are available, like food, fuel, sleep. Oh, I have cut across that, but at least, you know, with the, look at that orange Jeep there. It waited for us. But see, with the American Dream, it's so tight with these big American trucks that it's difficult to move around. At least this has some, you know, air about it, about the map. At least it has some space. Like I said, I am trying to see the good, the bad and the ugly with this game, and it might be that it's not your cup of tea. You know, it's not gonna, you know, win any awards, nothing like that. But so here's our drop off here, I think. So we've got to just pull in here a second. Now this could be quite a difficult drop, I think, but Right, so what you have here, we can finish the mission straight away and we push circle to skip the mission, or we can push X and get an extra 10% on our reward for completing the mission. Well, of course we want to reverse it. That's sort of part of the fun, isn't it? So as you can see, you know, some thought has gone into a place to reverse. Now, there's different, it's not all the same, it is a bit varied. It's not hugely varied, but it is the same. We've got lights as well that we can turn on, but I'll turn them off for a minute. Got no hazards, I don't think. But this free camera, I would like to have a free camera. Right, let's put this on quite a hard look, so we can just get this in a sec. It's looking quite good. Might need to pull forward slightly. But yeah, there's some I don't know what you call it really. Oh god, see, this camera is quite difficult. First person, it's fine. It's completely fine. The mirrors are not good at all. In fact, they're unusable. Okay, so we can jump out. We can drop this trailer. And that gives us £17,000, which is pretty good, to be fair. And we should be able to afford, let's jump out a sec, £107,000. We can now afford our truck. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, let's go and get some service. So we'll just service the truck, although we are selling it. Should we have a look at the truck? Should we do that? Let's do that. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to service our truck. What we're going to do is we're going to go and see if we can buy the new one. I think that's a good idea. So let's push this, quickly get rid of the music. We'll go to dealer. I give up the music. The music is not on. Okay, cool. We'll have a little dance. So we've got small. And we can push R1 and go to medium. So we've got our medium trucks here. So let's have a look at the small ones. So we've got, this is your starter truck. This is the Steel Ridge 900. If I get copyright for this, I'll kill the music, so you might not hear any music at all. We'll see how it goes. We've got the Horizon Skyline. So again, unlike the previous game on Tuesday with the Euro Driver 25, instead of ripping names off like Scanix and Iveco, they've just made their own names, which is brilliant. Like, there's no bother. I don't mind having a Horizon Skyline XL or an Eagle Hall. So these are the small trucks. We've got medium into star. We've got the star truck, Stellar Voyager, which is a truck that I want to buy. Looks a bit like, I'm going to be all over this truck in ATS. I want the rubber duck truck from the 1970s. That's what I want. But it will probably be a mod and it probably won't be on launch, but never mind. Then we've got the heavy trucks. So the Thunder Hall Storm King, I don't mind. We've got, there's a Peterbilt. Oh, now that is nice. That's 220,000. Look, for the video, I can't afford that just yet, but I might get that one. However, I can't help but think the medium is a bit taller. I'm going to buy this one. This is the one I have my eye on. 95k. Yes, we want to buy. Okay, so we bought truck. Do you want to select this truck or continue without choosing? No, I want to select that truck. Stellar purchase trophy. Oh, look at this. Okay, that's a step up from the original truck. Nice little CB there. I'm curious whether the speedo is going to work. It's currently set at 15 miles an hour, so I don't think the speedo is going to work. The mirrors, are they better? Am I able? No. It's no. So the mirrors basically, it's like a camera on the back of the cab. So when you're pulling a trailer, all you can see is the trailer. So the mirrors are not good, really. the little quarter mirror there on the bottom. I don't think they're usable. However, they look a little bit better clarity, but this truck overall looks a bit nicer. Let's jump out. I tell you, no, let's not jump out. Let's go. Before we look at it, let's go to the garage. Okay, I want to go and paint it black. I've got 1,200 quid, so I can paint it black. Yes, I do. Oh, there'll also be some liveries as well. So we'll look at... Is it paint? Hold on. Nope. Styling. Bear with. Oh my god, there's quite a bit here, look. Exhaust, sun visor, grille, front bumper. I'm sure... maybe there's no liveries for this truck then. There was for the previous one. Anyway, let's crack on. Can I put a nice... Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm going to have to play around with this. Bull bar. Oh, yes! Let's have a bull bar on it. It's £3,000 we're spending our money. Okay, what else do we have here? Rims, tyres, grille. £2,800 for that grille. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, it's a filter. Okay. Sun visor. No, they're all ugly. What's the stack like? Can I get up on the exhaust? Oh, that £5 one. It's not too dissimilar from the stock one, actually. I'll leave that one for now. Rims. Nice silver rims. Let's put them on. Okay, we've also got tuning as well, so you can tune up the engine. That kind of looks like the Cummins. Look at that. I mean, this looks like Euro Truck, doesn't it? I do wonder if there's some beautiful sounds with these engines. I'm not holding out a lot of hope. But anyway, let's get back and let's go back into Korea just with £3,000. We've got some more trucking to do now. I think I'm going to truck for another couple of hours and I'll come back in at the 5-hour mark and we'll finish off this video. So, new truck, let's jump out. Before we start it up, let's have a look round. Yeah, look, it looks alright, you know. We're going to cut it a little bit slack. Tyres, exactly the same as the first truck. They were not very high res. But overall, I think this truck looks okay. So it would be rude if I at least don't start the truck up and go and what have we got to do? We're pretty good for our sleep, we're pretty good for food, we're pretty good for fuel. So we could go and pick up a job, couldn't we? Let's go get a job. Actually, don't think we're far from the yard. So that will do. Right, truck started. Let me turn it up in my headphones. Okay. Yeah, so as we thought, speedo's not working. But not a bad looking truck though. I gotta say, at least I can spend the next couple of hours. Let's go and pick up this load. Indicators at the stop sign. Oh, I should have left the indicators running. We'll check them. It doesn't look like they're particularly well spaced. It looks a bit weird. So that's what I was saying about the oh, where was the job? I think we were in the yard. We'll just go around here a second. Yeah, the indicators are not working on the back of the truck. And this is what I'm saying. There's parts of this game that you think, it's not bad. It's alright. It's alright for a tenner. And then there's parts of it you think, actually, why couldn't you, give that some attention? Why, you know, you've gone to all this trouble of having the customization on the trucks, but the indicators, I don't know if I can, don't seem to be located correctly. And it's things like that that's going to get to people, You can forgive the graphics, you can forgive the sound. Speedo, it's a shame that those needles are not working. It's very difficult to see. We're quite high up in this cab. That first person is going to be quite difficult, I think. But we'll see how we get along. I could almost do with bringing the field of is it FOV? I'd like to sit a little bit higher on this wheel. I feel like I'm a child behind this wheel. But let's pull up, take this load. So we're going to take, I want to earn some money, so I'll take the, is there a 15 kicking about? 11, 10, 10. I'll take a 14 if I can find it. I'll take that 12. Adventure gear, right. So I put the lights on as well, and I don't know whether the lights are working. It worked on the base. Oh, they are kind of. I'm going to jump out the truck in a minute and take a look. Let's just back this up. That camera. Oh, you can't leave the truck running? I don't think those lights and indicators were working particularly well. We'll take one more look at it. But there's instances like this where... But that's not a bad look. Let's put the lights on. Yeah, so I would argue the lights are not working on the front of the truck very well. Indicating right. Nothing on the trailer. And this is... The truck's always going to be the highlight. This is we customize it because it's our own personality. Yeah, so that's disappointing. We've got this brand new truck that cost us 95 grand, and the indicators are just really not working at all. But there we go. I think I'll leave this here for a bit. I will come back at the 5-hour mark and give my final opinion, and I'll go off and take this job. I will see you in a bit. Okay, so it's the middle of the night and I've got a problem with my truck, so I'm just going to pull over here at 38%. So let's just jump out the truck. And it's saying they want me to pop the hood. Okay, so to repair engine, press square. It's very dark. Great job, now we can get back on the road. Oh, so there is something to do underneath the hood. It's not as in-depth as Alaskan road truckers, but it's there nonetheless. The engine is not damaged. Close the hood. Okay, like I said, it's very dark right now. I was just on a haul. We're approaching the 5 hours, to be fair, so I'll be wrapping this video up quite soon. I've still got the second truck. I was going to save up for the most expensive Peterbilt truck, but I think it's just too much of a grind. But I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Let's get back in a cab. I don't mind the mirrors being dark because they're not that good. Just check right there, check left. If you're going underneath the bridge and you're in the cab, it works much better, to be honest. This in-cab view, you do kind of get used to it after a while. So I'm looking for this service station. Here it is. So we'll park the truck up and we'll right, let's park this truck up. Let's put it in a bay. So I may grind away and get that final truck with some final thoughts. It's certainly better than the one we did on Tuesday, that Euro one. But by no means is this game up to the standard of Alaskan or certainly on the road heavy cargo. You do not, think for 1 minute I'm putting it in those kind of categories. It's a nice morning sky. We've been driving all night, and I think with a couple patches, a bit of optimization. Wow, that dawn arrived pretty quickly. A little bit of TLC, and for £10 for an indie dev, I think it's not a bad little effort. That's my opinion. I mean, you know what we say on the channel, opinions are like assholes, and that's mine. So I think I'm going to leave that one there for now. But yeah, thank you for joining me. If you got this far in the video, a massive gold star to you. Thank you for sticking with me while we had a bit of a deep dive into this game. I did feel like it warranted it. I felt like I wanted to kind of give it a shout, and I also wanted to give my opinion on it because it is a key genre for us here on Slow and Steady, and to pick up these games and have an opinion is a good thing, right? So well, look, if you like the video, smash like on the way out. It's always super appreciated. And if you are subscribed, thank you for supporting the channel and being part of the SAS crew. If you're not subscribed and you kind of like your trucks, bikes and horses, then maybe this is the channel for you. But until next time, take good care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye.